Well, you can probably see behind me a house that was certainly built to withstand the weather, but it didn't. The typhoon came into this building, ripped off the roof and tossed it 500 meters away. I spoke to the man who was in this house. He and his wife and his granddaughter were hiding under a table, he with a crash helmet on, thinking that was it, that the storm was going to take them. But they survived it. They came out the next day when the wind dropped.
Very, very strong wind come in my house. We are we are afraid, and my granddaughter was
Shaking, was she?
shaking. Yeah.
Now this is a concrete, solid building. As we've come up this road north up the island, every house we've come to has had some kind of damage, either a roof ripped off or a wooden house flattened completely. A lady, Gina, took me just a few minutes ago across the road to an area where her house was. She was inside her house with her husband and with her child. It was completely destroyed. All the houses in that area have been completely destroyed, and we're still making our way further north up this island. It's getting worse and worse the further up we go. We've just stopped at this house where the damage was to have a look at it, to talk to the owner, when suddenly a truck pulled up. It was a group of people who'd come from Cebu City, 3-4 hour drive away from here. They'd loaded up what they could: rice, water, some tins. They put them in the back of the van. They came up here and they set up a queue of people lined outside waiting to get the little bit of rice that they were giving to them. People are helping in any way they can to try and get the help to those who need it most. The government is overwhelmed by the numbers of people. This is an accessible area. This has a road that functions, and yet still help isn't getting through to people. We saw some repairing the power lines. It seemed like a thankless task, but you've got to start somewhere. But the problems that we're seeing here are just worse. Further up in this island where there's no power, and in the other islands, the more remote places where people still haven't even got to yet.